My name is Duke. It's the Flyers Radio Show every hit drive time, and it's about time for us to bring it back. Like P Square said, bring it back again. It's the Bridge Leadership Foundation radio show, and coming through 2:30 every um, every time we come to us. That's twice in a month, and we have it for you. We're back with it this time around. We want to talk about mentorship matters. The topic is mentorship matters, nurturing the next generation of female STEM leaders. Okay, we're gonna break it down, but I have some interesting guests right here in the studios. They say ladies first, so I'll start with Abigail. Abigail is a cybersecurity analyst, an API penetration tester. She's gonna tell me what that means. Hi, Abigail. How you doing?
Yeah, good afternoon. Good afternoon.
Welcome to the Hit Drive Time.
Thank you.
We have Patrick Ndifon. Patrick Ndifon is ED of psifon.org. How do you pronounce it? Siphon?
Siphon.
Siphon. Oh,
Yeah.
you have to add that swag to it.
Yeah.
Siphon.org. All right, let me start with you, Abigail. What does an API tester do? Because the tag is very long. It's just very it rolls off the tongue easily and true. But what do you guys?
Okay. An API pen tester. Let's say once developers here they've built an API for a particular company to use. So as an API penetration
What's
tester,
an API?
okay, an API is allows for is should I say it's like a middleman between an application,
Okay.
yeah. It's a middleman between an application. Let's say you go to a restaurant, yeah,
Mm.
and you want to order food. The waitress that comes to use the
Okay.
API. So the waitress that comes to use the API, so he takes it to the cook. The cook is now the server. That means the cook holds like the data, all the data of a website. So the API, the waitress is the API. So
Okay.
it takes your order to the cook. The cook prepares it and then sends it back to the waitress, and the waitress brings it to you. So you that ordered, you're the client, which is the browser.
That's
Yeah.
a
So
beautiful way to put it.
Yeah.
I've never heard anyone analyze it that way. Nice. So what does the pen tester do?
okay. So the pen tester now comes in to test that API for security risks. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Thank you.
There's a lot that's expected from you, with the job. All right, now the tag is nurturing the next generation of female STEM leaders. STEM. Who's gonna break it down for me? What is
Yeah.
STEM? Yeah,
Mm,
basically.
okay.
Let's just assume that I don't know anything.
Okay. STEM. Okay, it means S stands for science. Yeah. T stands for technology. E stands for engineering, and M stands for mathematics.
Nice.
Yeah.
So that's basically it. Now, now that's science, tech, engineering, maths. So everyone who's listening now, we've broken everything down. API, like the waiter. Uh-huh. The STEM, you get it now. So that when these words come up during the conversation, it can be easy to understand. Now let me start with you. Let me come to you, Patrick, now, because our lecturer has
Has given
has,
us
has
foundation.
given us foundation. Thank you. Has given us background. Now, the role of mentoring, it has to do with science, tech, engineering, and maths. Why is it important? How do you define that role, and why is it important in today's landscape?
Okay, thank you very much for that question. Why is the role of mentorship important? Well, um, if you look at it from a big picture perspective, right, our society advances based on several factors. Okay, one of them is um, largely driven by technology, all right, which involves the STEM fields that we just mentioned, science, technology, engineering, mathematics, and all of that. And if we want to, advance as an economy, as a nation, there has to be some kind of continuity from where we are, to the future. All right. So mentorship is important to, establish that continuity, right? The people that are existing today, the people that are, the superstars or the experts or the pros today, um, cannot in themselves fulfill the vision for the economy because, they have time. Time is limited. So they're going to grow old, they're going to die, and, they have to pass the baton to other people. So mentorship is important in ensuring that, that vision is continued by in another generation of experts or STEM enthusiasts.
Mm. Abigail, are you a product of mentorship? Let's know how you got into tech.
Okay. So I got into tech through my older sister. Yeah, I got to know about tech from her. She started like she attended the yeah after school Center for Career Development program here. So that was how she got to know about tech. So when she returned from the program, I do look at her notes, the things she learned, and all. And that was how I picked an interest. And the next year, I decided I was going to like enroll for the same program. So that was how I got into tech. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
How important is mentorship? How important has it been, and how important is it for anyone who wants to get into this field?
Yeah, I'm going to say mentorship is important because it helps in personal and also professional development. Okay, if you're let's say you're going into cybersecurity and you know nothing about you're transitioning into cybersecurity, you need like guidance. Yeah, you because there are a lot of for cybersecurity there are a lot of resources out there. Yeah, a lot of beginners they struggle, so you need like a mentor to guide you. Oh, this is what you have to learn. When someone comes to you and like when someone comes to you and try to tell you tries to give you a lot of should I say a lot of like resources or a mentor is going to guide you on what to do. Like this is where you should look at, this is what you should do, and this is what you shouldn't do. Yeah, so a mentor is really going to help you in guidance and yes support.
Mm.
Yeah.
So what's the tech space like? Let me come to you, Patrick. What's the tech space like as it has to do with gender balance? Do you have you know females involved in the tech space enough, or it is largely dominated by men as other spaces around?
Okay, so it's largely dominated by men, and that's not because there aren't opportunities for women. There are a lot of opportunities for women, but I think what we're saying is that women are not participating as much. So presently, I'm community manager for the 3MTT, 3 Million Technical Talent Program for Cross River State, right?
Maybe you have to speak English for me.
Ah!
When you say MTT. Okay, go ahead.
So presently there's about 1.78 million people that have registered for that program, and 30% are women, 70% are men, right? So the opportunities are there, but there's very low participation from women. So that's currently what it's like in that space.
Abigail, what do you think is responsible for this? Or do you agree with first of all, do you agree with
Yes,
him?
I agree with
All right.
him.
So what do you think is responsible for this?
Okay, I'm going to say it's should I say a lot of um they feel should I say
It feels like a man's world, does it?
yes, yeah, something like
But
that.
but
And
but but, but you are inspired to do it. Okay, let's say if your sister um didn't get involved, if your sister didn't put a foot in that door, you probably
no, I would
wouldn't have thought
have
about
because I was interested in
it. Okay.
robotics. Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
You're
So
interested in robotics.
yeah, like yeah.
Now, now,
So
now, Patrick, how do we make it more appealing? Because I like how she's put it. It
Yeah.
just feels like something that a mountain.
So she's actually absolutely correct, right? A lot of women think it's a man's thing. There's this cultural notion about science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, right? They are too complex, too difficult for women, but that's not true. That's not the case. And a lot of times when these ladies want to get into the tech space, what they are presented with is software development, and that's not the only option. There are a lot of other career or lower entry points that can, you know, once they get in and they begin to flourish in that particular area, then it opens up opportunities for them to expand into other areas. So usually there's that, okay, it's just software development. You need to learn to come into tech, but there's much more than that. And I think one of the ways we can encourage more women to participate, one is to show them the other opportunities that are, low hanging fruits. They can jump in, and then from there, as they begin to learn, they can expand into other fields.
Let me come back to you, Abigail. When you started, when I mean your early days in it, um, did you at any point feel like, oh, this is a bit too technical, maybe something for the guys?
No, because I love challenges here, and yeah, right from secondary school I've always been the one like competing with the guys here, especially like in the science classes, always making sure I if no other girls can do it or they are not motivated to do it, let me be the one to motivate them. So I've never like felt, oh, this is too technical for the guys
Mm.
here. So
I
I've
like
always
that
been like,
point.
yeah, I can do it. Yeah, if they can do it, so I can do it.
I
Yeah.
like that point. The
Yeah.
point where you said, if no one's going to motivate anyone, let me be the one to
Yeah.
motivate them. Now, when you look at the space, I know as both of you have agreed, there's a, is more male dominated,
Yeah.
right? Now, how do you feel? How do I put it now? How excited do you get when you have a female declare intention? Hey, I want to learn this.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, I'll actually get really excited, yeah, because especially in cybersecurity, it's a male dominated field. So, and let's say you're in a team for a competition and you're the only girl in that team, and when I have another girl coming to the team, yeah, and I feel like excited because I'm going to communicate with her like more,
Mm.
yeah. So
Does that translate to you, mentoring or pouring into them? Because there's this notion that it's easier for females to work with men. There's this funny, I don't know, I don't believe in it, but it just goes around.
yeah, I will somehow like I don't know. I'm not like I don't know how to give it.
I
I'm
Well,
haven't
not.
really thought
let,
about it.
But
But you want you want
yeah,
to say
but I do like I'm going to say like
from your
sometimes
experience.
yeah I do feel like okay working with the men, yeah.
Mm. I get you, but then Patrick, you work with a lot of. You work with both men and women.
yeah.
What's the space like, especially when you have females you know get involved, entry point,
Yeah.
um, and also move up the ranks.
I think from my experience, the females are actually much more easier to mentor, um, in terms that they're more agreeable, and they tend to listen and all of that. But what I find is challenging is getting them to be a bit ambitious about their career pursuits and things like that. So you want them to take on more challenges, to do things, try and become independent on their own. Um, that's a bit of a challenge. For the guys, it's much easier because from the onset they are good. They're trying to do something big, do something great. The issue with the guys is that um, they're a bit of a rebel, So
Which is understandable.
yeah, yeah, yeah. But for the ladies, they're more agreeable. I just wish they would be more ambitious and more driven as the guys are. I mean, they are females that are driven, but I would like to see more of them being that way.
It's interesting because even with the media space, I was having a conversation with a friend of mine recently, and I said that it's easier, to mentor the ladies because
Yeah.
when they come into the space, they're very very focused.
Yeah.
So it's easier. I want to do this. I want to get this done. Now let me come to you again, Abigail. Now, what do you think can be done to have more females get into the space? What changes, what industry changes do you think, can spark this, um, can spark having more females get into the space, the tech space?
Okay, I'm going to say role models here, having role models here because for the fields that seem like tough, that some girls see as tough here. Like I feel that we should have like role models here in those particular fields. Yeah,
Makes it easier.
when they see that they are represented, yeah, they see like someone they can look up to. Yeah, it's really going to like encourage them or motivate them to okay to pursue this field because they have someone who is up there and who is making waves. Let's say like confidence deeply yeah in the field of cybersecurity. Yeah. So, and yeah, so role models and
So role models,
yeah,
basically,
yeah,
getting more role models in the space. Patrick, what do you think? I mean, what would your recommendations be to get more females in the space? What industry changes?
She just took the answer out of my mind. I like to call it a hero culture, okay, where we have individuals who have succeeded tremendously in those spaces, particularly women that have gone far and done exceptionally well. It is important that they begin to come out, and begin to speak openly and publicly about their experiences, their successes, because that inspires others to do the same as well. The second thing too, there's when you look at an entire ecosystem as a whole, there are several elements that are very key to making that ecosystem successful and thrive. And one of those elements is culture and media in particular. So just like what we're doing now on radio, it should be done more often where we feature a lot of women within the tech spaces who have done exceptional, come on air, on TV, wherever it is, and just share their story and inspire a lot of young people to other young women to also jump into those spaces.
Now, apart from having these people, role models come out
Yeah.
and speak, when I talk about industry changes,
Okay.
I know that there's some industries. Okay, case in point now, politics. Politicians they have meetings at midnight, and because they have meetings at midnight, it's easier for the men to just easily drive out at midnight, but but the women, it gets a little more difficult. But then for a woman to succeed in that space, she has to say, okay, oh, it's 2 a.m., no problem, let's go there.
So for tech,
Yeah. So what's it likening it to tech?
I think for tech right now, we are at a really great point for women because there are way more opportunities for the women out there. All right. And those opportunities they come with a lot of benefits, So you have trainings where women are provided with laptops and those kinds of things, right? So I think the industry, particularly the tech industry, has really been at the forefront of this, of ensuring that women are empowered. I feel that maybe what could be done would be as much as possible figure out how we can penetrate into the what I say the rural areas or deeper into communities and actually find these people. Most of the opportunities are online. The question is how many people are actually online to find these opportunities. But the opportunities are there. It's just the reach that's the issue.
The opportunities are limitless, the reach there. Angela, let me come back to you, Abigail. Now, you've spoken about mentorship, and how important it is. But I want us to do something very practical now. Like, is there any experience that you can share with us, like how you move to the next level, on your craft, and probably how you help someone move to the next. I just want to see practically how mentorship, easily works and opens doors and break all these barriers.
okay. For direct mentorship, for direct mentorship, yeah, I'm going to so during this Cyber Girls program here, which I attended, was it 2021. Yeah, so we had mentors who came in to like guide us here for a particular field. Yeah, those who were interested in ethical hacking. So we had mentors who would talk to us about the field. Yeah, what it was like, what we should expect, and also if like I had a challenge or question, yeah, if I was stuck on a particular thing, let's say I did my research and then I didn't understand a particular thing, I'm going to come to my mentor, discuss that, and she was going to like help break down those things as well. Also, mentorship really helps. Like they do mentors, they do like share opportunities with you. Yeah, so they do like connect you with people that they've worked with and would like to work with the beginners. So they do like connect you with opportunities and all. Yeah.
What's accessibility like? Accessing, these mentors. What would you recommend?
Okay, for assessing mentors, so if you have like a since like Sir Patrick here, he mentioned for rural areas. If they say, if let's say we have like an organization here, that a tech organization, then let's maybe you can go to like that organization and ask if they are available to like receive mentees, if they are open to mentor people. Yeah, that's one way. And also you can, if you're online, yeah, and you know someone who is doing well in a particular field you're interested
Or you
in.
can even research for those people.
Yes. So you can use LinkedIn, yeah, Facebook,
And
Twitter,
just
yeah.
so what I get from this is that you can be mentored from afar.
Yes,
So
yes,
it's not like you have to be in the same space
yeah,
with your mentor, to get it.
yeah.
Now, Patrick, let me come back to you. What are the things that does the tech space? What does it offer? Because I know that one would probably be that a bunch of you guys work from home. What are the advantages? What advantages do you have, and how can these be explored to reaching out to mentors and mentors reaching out to mentees?
Hmm. So you're talking about advantages that the technology
Yes.
and working in tech
Yes.
offers. I think that the for me, let me speak from my own experience, right? Um, I've been able to create, co-create several solutions with people, and technology has enabled that for me. And those solutions sort of like add to my portfolio and my credibility as a person. And with that level of success, it's easier to attract a mentor where that could be interested and say, okay, look, I like the work you've done. You seem like someone that has potential. I'll be willing to mentor you and help you become better than me, something like that. So working in the tech space, I think it makes that a much more easier um, to achieve, particularly in regards to mentorship. And there's also this culture within tech that is almost like open source. Let me put it that way, for lack of a better word, where everybody seems to be willing to want to give, to the other person. So people are you have someone who's very experienced, and then the next thing you know, they're sharing, learning materials, they're sharing resources with you and all of that. It seems to be just it's like an organic culture within the tech world, right? So everyone is always open to sharing what they've built, what they've created, and that shared learning environment makes it easier for people to begin to find mentors without necessarily being so close to those persons.
Amazing, and I think that that's a good advantage. The fact that you can be mentored from afar. You don't really have to be in the same space.
Yeah.
So I can have someone in Akbabio who has a mentor who's all the way in California, and
Yeah.
as far as there's internet and there's a way to reach out, they can always reach out, have conversations where you have issues. You can always now I want to know. In some industries,
Yeah.
you're a mentor, but then there's some things that you learn from your mentee.
Yeah.
Because they probably hit a challenge, and they share this challenge with you, and you realize that you actually not had this kind of challenge before, and then does that happen, and how regularly does that happen, and what do you do with that?
So for me, it happens a lot, and it's something I'm usually very excited about, and I always look forward to such experiences. So I think around 2018, I mentored someone, a young man in digital marketing, right? So he was a marketing student, but he joined my organization, and I onboarded him onto a digital marketing program by Google. And I used to do marketing at the time, but not at a very professional level. So I would do trainings for people and stuff like that. And he grew to the point where he started, taking my trainings for me, allowed me to focus on other things. And at a point, we had a conversation, and he started mentioning concepts and strategies in marketing that I hadn't even achieved at the time, and I was really, really impressed. It got to the point where I like, you know what, I'm handing over this marketing stuff to you. You're going to be the expert. I'll just listen to you. So it happens a lot in marketing, and usually as a mentor, it's important that you're not guarded, right? You allow you're mentoring people so that they can actually replace you. So that's the most important thing.
Abigail, you want to share an experience? Something like this happen with you?
No.
As a mentor or as a mentee?
Okay, as a mentee,
Not yet, like that.
Not yet.
Not yet. But getting there. All right, guys. Just in case you join us right now, we're having a conversation with our friends. We're talking STEM, which is science, technology, engineering, and maths. And we're talking to Abigail Inyang. Abigail is a cybersecurity analyst and an API penetration tester. We've had Patrick Ndifon Jr., Executive Director, Psifon.org. We're talking about nurturing the next generation of female STEM leaders. And as we put a pin in the conversation, let's get your final words. Abigail, what would you say to a younger version of you, interested in tech and wanting to get involved with STEM, but not knowing, if it's a man's thing or if it's something that would be accommodating to them?
Okay, what I'm going to say to a younger version of myself is to, yeah, if I'm interested in something, I should go for it. Also, I should, if I cannot like reach out to people from afar, I should look at the people around me. I should look at the people around me and then ask them questions. Let's say maybe they are not really doing what I am doing, but I can still ask them questions. Yeah, since they're experienced or since they're older, like they can help me. Yeah, so I'm going to tell myself to go for what I'm interested in. Yeah, and also I should be ready to embrace any challenge. Yeah, I should be ready to embrace any challenge and learn from that challenge because those are the things that are going to like help me grow, yeah, and become stronger. Yeah.
Nice. So it's basically go for it, and go for it and get it. All right. So Patrick, any final words as we wrap up?
So okay, so what's in mind is basically as we build in tech, right? Anyone building in tech shouldn't build tech for tech's sake, right? Technology is an enabler, is a tool that can basically impact any industry and make those industries more efficient and better. So whoever is involved in tech should, at the very earliest stage possible, begin to think about how technology can not just disrupt, but improve the processes in other industries. I think it's more efficient and effective that way.
Amazing. Thank you so much, lady and gentlemen, for coming on the program.
Thank you for having us.
Wishing you all the best as you go further with your endeavors.
Thank you.
All right.